Well, with the original making $585 million at the worldwide box office earlier this year, it was inevitable that the Croods would be getting a sequel. Reports are now coming in that the three lead voice actors from the film, Nicolas Cage, Ryan Reynolds, and Emma Stone, are all confirmed to reprise their roles for the sequel. Now, one of the directors of the film, Chris Sanders, said, "There's not much to talk about yet because we've got a big lump of clay and we're forming it as we speak." So, Amy Rose, is it a good idea to have a sequel to the Croods? What do you think about this?
I did not see the Croods. My little 5-year-old nephew wasn't his favorite, and he has great taste in movies. So I'm just gonna say whatever. Obviously, I'm not surprised. Making over $500 million at the box office, and animated movies don't cost nearly as much as some of the other films we talk about all the time, comic book films. So yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, having A-list talent like that voice, I've said it a couple times on the show that, vocal talents don't entice me that much because sure, it's fun to hear a voice you recognize, and sometimes some of the vocal actors are better than others. But to the actors, it's just an easy paycheck. I mean, they get to get in a sound booth and have a good time and make these animated characters come to life. And for like 3 days of work, they get a pretty nice, sizable paycheck. So I really get it from their perspective, and it's got to be kind of fun to create it. But yeah, I'm not surprised about the success. These movies always do exceptionally well because it crosses generations. It brings the families in, and parents like it too because it's also filled with a lot of adult humor a lot of the time. So yeah, I'm not surprised at all that they're making a sequel.
It's a no-brainer that you do sequel to this one with the money that it generated. Now, it was a very expensive film to make. I mean, make no mistake. But at $550+ million worldwide, you're talking, significantly bigger numbers than Pacific Rim. You're talking about significantly bigger numbers than a lot of big blockbusters. So on that level, no-brainer. But also, you know what? This was a really interesting little film. It's nowhere near the level of Pixar's classics. It's not an Up. It's not a Ratatouille. It's not a Toy Story. It's none of those films. But it visually, it was a really well put together film. Visually, it's actually, pardon me, its use of color, its use of quote unquote virtual camera work. It was a really beautiful film to look at. I also thought it was actually kind of funny. Let's put it this way. It was a much better film than I was anticipating it was going to be, and it left a lot of room to come back and visit. So on one hand, it makes sense to make a sequel. From a business point of view, absolutely make a sequel because of its printing free money.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.